What up? No Ebony today, peoples. Sorry. She her son graduated from college this week and she is driving him home, so we do not have her today.
No.
That's one of my new favorite little soundboard things that I saved from our graphic novel giveaway. That was Rob from Malcure Talks with his Narg impersonation. That was pretty fantastic. But today I do have two guests, so there'll still be three of us on screen, three pretty epic beards. Let's bring them in. We got Andrew from Black Tower Podcast and Josh. Oh my God, look at them. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for coming to hang out with me. I love your background there. Are you burning things? Is that what that is?
I am embracing the chaos.
Perfect.
It's actually his restroom, and that's after the taint sauce he made this year. So.
This is what happens after the taint.
Josh squirted the taint directly into my mouth this year, so it was pretty fantastic at JordanCon.
By the way,
pictures were a good idea.
Our Yoko Ono-esque flower pictures, are available on the website now.
Yay! And what is your guys' website? I know I put it in our
blacktowerpod.com.
There you go, blacktowerpod.com. So make sure you go check them out. Give them a follow. When is your guys' streaming day?
Our streaming?
Well, I mean your new episode day.
Fridays.
Fridays, yes.
Unless you're a Patreon, and then you get to listen live as we record on Tuesday evenings.
Pre-edits. You get to listen to all of the mistakes and everything.
It's not that's like exactly what happens.
Access to all the cancelable material, of course.
No recording allowed.
I wish I could say that was a joke.
Oh, Noman Garden, yes. Maybe we got to get you on camera one day, Noman Garden. Noman Garden's got a pretty epic beard. What's up, Jen? What's going on? I have one rule today. So there's one rule that you guys have to abide by today.
Okay.
It is Erin's birthday, my wife Erin. So you guys have to wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Erin.
Happy birthday to you.
Ooh.
Happy birthday to you.
Sing it.
Happy birthday, dear Erin DeSimone. Happy birthday to you.
Well, shit. This motherfucker right here killing it. Got a smooth voice. Damn. I got a quarter chub going on right now. What's up, Arosa? Damn, man, that was good. You got the voice of an angel, and it's not even the angel. Like I would usually say, but it's the angel of death, but it is not, man. You sound it's like a cherub. Like,
how many wings do I have?
That was pretty good.
Well, thank you. Well, you said that I had to wish happy birthday, and my life motto is go big or go home. And since I'm already home, my only option was to go big.
That's fair. That's fair. Well done, sir. I could hear her laughing from elsewhere in the house. That's great. All right. So today, episode 1 of The Last of Us is an hour and 20 minutes. HBO, honestly, I kind of prefer. So for those who have been watching this stuff with us, we did 2 Amazon shows and then a Disney Plus show, and now we're doing an HBO show. So HBO actually does not have a watch party system, so I'm doing some other stuff so that we could watch it together. But
creativity.
Yeah, creativity. That's what it is. But I actually like this janky not watch party system better than Disney Plus's watch party system. Disney Plus, every single time we did a watch party for a Mandalorian episode, every single time it gave me a problem. Like we would invite the guests to the watch party, and it would tell them that the content that we're trying to invite them to wasn't available in their region. That was one of the errors we used to get. Then randomly it would time out. Like it was Amazon every time. Like you could talk shit about Amazon all you want. Their software for their website is good. It's pretty good. Like I never had an issue with their streaming one time.
I'll
There's
give
good
kudos to
and
their
bad,
like
yeah.
their anti-recording and screenshot like software. Like its
Oh,
ability
yeah.
to immediately detect is really good.
Yeah, that's true. That is
I
true.
like the feel of the more janky setup. It like feels like, you know, when we were kids and you'd like carry your Xbox or your N64 over to your friend's house and
Yes.
somebody had to sit under the half of the cardboard box that blocked
we
green.
had my boy Rob. So he had this big ass old TV that didn't work, and we would bring over our tiny little CRT TVs, and we'd put two of them on top of that one, facing away from each other, so that we couldn't see the split screens, and we would play GoldenEye all day.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
Dude, I tell my kids all the time, they're missing out because they never had the glory of the N64. There were some banger games on that system.
We need to find out if like if the hotel in Atlanta or the hotel in Ohio has like the old hookups, because I still have like my old N64 and GoldenEye and like four controllers.
I used to work at a store. Adapters. Yeah. I was gonna say I used to work at a store that repaired N64 systems and controllers and stuff. So I actually have an adapter for the old, red, yellow, white cords to an HDMI, and I also have repair kits for Nintendo 64 joysticks to repair the drift on the joysticks.
So when I get bored, I'll go back to playing Mega Man 64. I had a save where like I had all the extra equipment, but I couldn't beat the final boss because I was terrible. And so I would just travel area to area using the little rocket skates and just like tour the whole map just with nothing better to do.
Well done.
Nice.
Which has nothing to do with The Last of Us.
No, it doesn't.
This is gaming.
This is oh yeah, gaming. Yeah, there you go. Josh with the save there. But this is par for the course for us. We go off on tangents pretty quickly and pretty often on the show because ADHD is fun. I'm giving it basically. Well, yeah, that's true. So we'll give Ebony is usually one that keeps me on track. So without her here tonight, may she live forever. I'll just apologize now. I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
So there is usually so if anyone's following along with us, like you usually do, there's a little commercial usually before the show. I have our show currently paused in the HBO logo so that we can press play, and I could press play on the timer and you could follow along. So I'll give everyone like another couple minutes. I just got to see these two beautiful people at JordanCon, which was a ton of fun. I actually had more fun this year at JordanCon than I've had in the last several years. I mean,
problems and kinks notwithstanding, it was a really good JordanCon.
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be shit, especially when you get a few hundred people together. There's always nonsense, but
there's my proof. I went.
Nice. Yeah, you know what? And I really liked the shirt this year too. There was a couple years where I was like, man, this shirt sucks.
I got the pin.
This is almost my only proof that I went.
I was terrible about taking pictures too. I've seen more people post pictures with me in them than I took that whole weekend.
Oh, I got to get the one that I have. No, I didn't take one with you. Damn it. But I got ones I got to get over to Josh anyway, because I got one where Josh photo bombed me with Jensen.
Perfect. Perfection. Jensen was cool too, man. I'm glad that he came out from California. So Jensen, for those who don't watch The Way of the Leaf stuff, that is the other show that I'm on, my Felt Persona, my Felt Sauna. That's a new thing. There we go. Jensen.
There it is.
Jensen hangs out with the puppets and myself on Tavern Talk, which is on Sundays on the Way of the Leaf YouTube. If you look them up, you'll pretty easy to find. Just giant puppet head is their thumbnail.
Andrew, you know what you need to do with that picture. You need to send it to me so that I can put it on our photo album on the website.
Oh God.
Gosh.
I'm really bad about doing all this stuff. You are.
Yeah.
So but from
from
JordanCon, and then the next weekend was anniversary weekend for Maya and I before all of those, I had 340 pictures on my phone. Now I have 527 from her sending them all to me.
Do it, Jennifer.
Yeah, you definitely should. It's a ton of fun. WatCon is fun too. If you're near the Ohio area, that's in July, so you still have a chance for that one if you are available for that as well.
You can come celebrate my birthday with me because it is the weekend of July 15th, and July 15th is my birthday.
Nice.
Hey.
Oh, that's gonna be a good night.
I reserve the right to refuse your gracious drink, guys, because I want to actually remember WatCon this year.
Oh, I won't get you that drunk. I want you to have a good time too. Like, I don't want you to end up like unconscious on the floor and puke. I'm not 20 anymore.
That was last year's Jordan Con.
Yeah,
I didn't puke, but.
Dude, Jordan Con 4, Erin had to rescue me, not rescue me, but it was like 3:00 in the morning, and she was like, "It's Thursday, and everyone else is asleep. So where the hell's Tom?" Like, she wakes up in the room, and I'm not there. So she goes downstairs into the lobby, and I went to bed on a bench in the bathroom in the lobby. It was the men's bathroom, at least, so that's good.
Oh, that's good.
It was the right bathroom. So
yes, it was. That was like 11 years ago.
Doesn't matter if it's the right place. What matters is, are you comfortable?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't make anyone else uncomfortable. At least the security guard apparently thought it was hilarious.
They do have their security guards are like really chill. They're really nice.
Yeah, all the guys, all the hotel staff were fantastic this year at the hotel. The general staff. I can't speak for the administration in the hotel, but like, the front desk workers, the bartenders, the people at like the concierge desk that take your bags and stuff, they were fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I guess we can get ready to watch this show now. What did he say? We're here for a good time, not a memorable time. Right. Good job.
Feels like a lot of my life over the last like 2.5 years.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. We've been together for a long time, so she knows my nonsense. She's seen it all. Okay, we're gonna get ready to watch this episode now. So for those who are following along and watching with me, get ready to press play. I will be pressing play in a second here. I'll give you a little countdown. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I did the Wayne's World.
There it goes. And we're playing, and everything is going. Yay! A little loud. I'm gonna turn it. So the beginning of this, I'm looking at this. I remember when it first came on, I was like, Jonathan, because it's whatchamacall. He plays the brother in The Mummy. He's like,
oh, you're right. Yeah,
that the guy on the left there, the one that's smoking.
Yeah, I recognize him from somewhere else. I've seen him in another movie. I can't remember.
He's been in a ton of stuff. He's a pretty big actor. He's never played like a leading dude, I don't think, but he's been in a ton of stuff. It's definitely the 60s because everybody is smoking.
All right.
And then the other dude, he's been in a bunch of stuff too, but he played Alistair, the torture demon from Supernatural.
Oh, yeah.
He has a creepy voice.
I love how everybody laughs when he says fungus.
Yep.
By the way, I got my pop. You guys want some popcorn?
I do actually want some popcorn.
Yeah, sure.
We bought popcorn earlier on the way home from Erin's birthday dinner, and we ate it before the show. So I just have alcohol. I don't have any snacks right now.
I really love how they did this intro because it's like this is a exposition done really well. It's like
it is.
Yes.
Here's the setup for what the actual problem is going to be in a way that doesn't just feel like spouting information at the watcher.
Yeah.
Well,
and it feels very much like video game cutscene too.
Yeah, well, it was. I know when I watched a lot of the making of stuff for this, they wanted it to. It was important to the writers and the director that they paid homage a little bit to the fact that this is based off a video game, and the voice actors. I know many of them appear in the show as extras or as even like single episode stars, I guess, guest stars. So
Mm.
the in one of the later episodes, the guy that played Joel is actually like the guy that voiced Joel is a villain. Oh, and for our watchers, real quick, Andrew actually only watched this this episode today.
Yeah.
And for the first time, and Josh and I have seen this show before, but I think Josh is the only one who's played the game.
I have not played the game.
All right, so none of us have played the game. So if anyone in chat has played the game and wants to chime in on anything about the game in chat, feel free. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to it would be interesting to have multiple viewpoints on this.
Yeah.
I
One
did
thing I know
invite
about the games
one
is
of my-
the first one went really well, and the second one apparently didn't.
I did invite one of my buddies who is a very big fan of the game. So, but I haven't seen him in chat yet.
Okay.
Mark.
I'm gonna play the game. I watched Beth Doman stream some of it, and I was like, all right, maybe I'll give it a shot. I'm not usually a fan of I haven't been a big fan of like the horror shooting, like Resident Evil-esque games since like
Right.
Resident Evil 3. So that's why I kind of steered clear from it.
Yeah. But no, I like this. I love the exposition, like how it went from like this kind of like really. I mean, it was a legitimate discussion, but it was like kind of lighthearted. And he's all
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, you're all making light of it now." And he's like,
Just
"What if
wait.
there was a reason for?"
And then he
fungus
points
to,
it
like,
out.
evolve, and he's like, you
Yeah.
know, like the planet warming, and everybody is like,
You want to hear something a little creepy? About a month ago, they said that funguses are starting to evolve to survive warmer climates due to
Ooh.
global warming, which is literally what the opening of this show was.
Yes.
Also, fun story. You can go to YouTube and go 6 ways mushrooms can save the world. Paul Stamets is a great person, and he talks about mushrooms and fungus are more closely related to humans than plants are,
Oh yeah.
and we can cultivate more effective medicines for diseases from fungus.
That's where penicillin comes from. That saved
Yep.
how many millions or billions of lives?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about every sailor that went ashore and came back with something they couldn't leave behind in port. Penicillin.
Yep. Gonorrhea, penicillin.
Yep. Alarm! Come on, Dad.
I love like Pedro Pascal, obviously over the last like year he's become like the biggest star pretty much in the world. Oh, I did see that, Rapunzel. And also, what up, Rapunzel? It's been a while. Pedro Pascal is a fucking fantastic actor. Like, he's a great like character actor. He has a lot of talent, because like seeing his normal personality and then seeing all of his different characters that he's played, you know, like I forgot his first name, but like one of the Martells in Game of Thrones, and then especially his role in that movie, The Weight of Immeasurable Talent.
The Unbearable Weight of Immeasurable Talent.
That's it. Yeah.
I love that movie.
He plays so many different characters, and then his normal goofball self, even if that's just a mask, that's another character essentially he's playing in the media. Man can act. This man can act. And watching him and Oscar Isaac together on like a lot of those interviews are just hilarious.
Yeah. Well, it's like, you know, one of those things like Tom Hanks got a ton of praise for Castaway because it's really hard to pull off like a movie where you're it pretty much.
You're it, yeah.
But then like in the similar vein, any movie where you don't have the ability to have the aid of like facial cues and show expression, so you got to do it all through body language and voice and like mannerisms, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like Mandalorian was just insane.
Do you know what I love?
I almost
about
never
this
wanted
scene?
to take the helmet off.
I love this scene so much because it's so one of the things I look for in TV shows and movies and things like that is how natural the people are together in the room. Because you can act, but being able to act as part of a group and everybody being able to act on the same level, and you get a feeling of cohesion and naturalness. these three in this scene do an amazing job of that. It's like, wow, no, that's a family. They've been doing this.
Yeah, you feel like you could feel like that's father and daughter right there.
Yeah, I loved it
And brother.
the first time I saw it.
Oh yeah. He's definitely like the fuck up uncle. That's what he seems like for sure.
I mean, I still love it, but just in case somebody hasn't seen it, I'm not gonna say anything.
No, go ahead. What?
No, like having seen this scene now, like knowing what's coming, I'm like,
it's full spoiler. It's full series spoiler. So you can,
because I'm like watching like, you know, oh, this is like a really sweet like father daughter, forgetting completely like the little bit of the video game that I'm aware of, and I'm just like, oh, this is so sweet, so wholesome. I can't wait for them to like rough it around and survive this wilderness. And it's like,
and then we break your heart.
Damn it! You got what you wished for, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh yes. Rapunzel, yes. Rapunzel, you're talking about his it was like a fashion show, wasn't it? Hold on. Yeah, the Met Gala, that's what it was. Hold on. I think I actually uploaded. Yep, there it is. Look at that man.
Oh.
Look at him.
And his well-turned calf.
Yeah. Oh, he does. He definitely has some well-turned legs for sure.
Perfect.
No, not full series, but for this episode at the very least.
I will say, like, the elderly lady in the wheelchair, I was immediately suspicious of. I'm like,
so,
oh God,
it's so scary. Like, I don't even like it. It's terrifying.
Him shoving that food in that woman's mouth was a little creepy.
What? Okay, so the other thing I love about zombie shows is the intro. It's got to be a good intro. This was a fantastic intro. Everything's nice and normal. Everything's sweet and happy and fun. Just another regular day. And obviously, as you see through it a couple times, and you start seeing some of the signals and signs, like this one right here.
Oh yeah,
the kid twitching.
The yeah, like they're dropping little things in there. Arosa, I didn't know that. The daughter is I don't know how to pronounce her name. Thandiwe. She's a fantastic actress though. She was
right there, the kid twitching.
Yes. Yeah. She was the prostitute in Westworld.
Okay.
Tandy, yeah. She but she's the one that leads the robot revolution or whatever. And in the beginning, she was great in that show. I think she was in a movie that I like too. It'll pop up in a minute, and I'll just shout it out because that's how I do things.
Of course,
hey, it works
as you do. But no, I really like how they give us these subtle things. Like it's one of the shows that you kind of have to watch it a couple times to pick some of these things up. Mm-hmm. And they do it really, really well. Of introducing very jarring hints and red flags.
Yeah.
If you know what to look for.
Yeah.
I love the following her around, like reminds me very much of like when you start a game and they do the tutorial where it's like in the world and you're just going around meeting people, learning how to live.
Yeah. The cool thing about it too is the guy that wrote the game also helped write the adaptation for this. So I'm sure he had like he's credited Nick something with a D. Noman Garden will back me up. He always
Nick D.
Always quick with that. But he also helped write the whatever it is written for television by or whatever for the show. So I'm sure he had a lot to do with those little drips and drabs of hints. Though I will say, as someone who never played the game, I didn't feel like I was lost ever watching this.
Oh, yeah.
Like right here, you starts to get all creepy.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, wow, she's kind of a bitch.
Well, I loved it because, like, yeah, you've got you saw like the SWAT truck and the police cars go by earlier, which could be anything in a big city almost.
Yeah.
But I love like the kind of subtle nod that like you have a family who is like probably very likely to have family overseas from the U.S. where this stuff is like originating from and happening faster, and they kind of like probably got the heads up maybe from family being like, "Hey, like, it's going wild."
Yeah.
Very realistic. I loved it.
Oh, never eat raisin cookies.
Never.
Ever.
That's
Sorry for anyone that likes raisins in their oatmeal cookies. Since I was a small child, I would always, my mom would, like, if she gave me cookies with raisins in them, she would come back and there would just be a pile of raisins and crumbs everywhere because I picked them out.
I will say, if you're ever near Morehead City, it's on the far east coast of North Carolina, pretty near where I live. There's a place called Happy Cakes. It's a cupcakery, but they also make oatmeal raisin cookies. The raisins are worth putting up with for how good the rest of the cookie is. So.
Raisin cookies are the reason I have trust issues, man.
True story.
Because you think it's a nice chocolate chip, and you're like,
Yeah, that's why I do the
take
opposite.
a bite. What?
I assume it's raisins, so that way I get a pleasant surprise when it's chocolate.
She looks like, I gotta look this up. That old lady looks like the old ass 80s movie Batteries Not Included. Anybody? No?
Yeah.
The little alien spaceships that fly around, and it's like a
they like to fix things.
This part was like freaking creepy. Like, I'm sitting there like, I had no idea what the girl was doing. I'm just watching Grandma in the back, and I'm like,
Grandma is like,
and I'm like, okay, that's a little creepy. Then right there, where she opens her mouth, I'm like, nope.
And then she just starts like freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, that face, man. She looks like what's his
It reminds me of the old lady from Legion. Like
oh yeah.
Have you seen? Yeah, like it just makes me think of her. Completely different, but
the Van Gogh painting with the guys like.
Oh, Scream.
Yeah, that's what she looks.
Oh
like.
yeah, what is that one? Is it just the Scream?
I think it is.
I think so.
I think it's
yeah,
called. I think it's just the Scream.
That's what it is now.
And then it pans back over, and she's like perfectly normal, except the dog's like, I'm suspicious.
No, yeah, the dog's like, I'm
Which
not okay with what's happening right now.
reinforces the point. Trust the dogs.
Always listen to animals. Every disaster movie you've ever seen, there's always a flock. If it's like a natural disaster movie, there's always birds and animals flying in a direction.
Something.
I love the accuracy of them having I think those are Harriers.
Yeah.
Fly over. Look like Harriers. AV-88 or AV-8B.
The
aircraft nerd.
I saw speaking of accuracy, I saw a TikTok of a Arab speaker who really appreciated that the Arab that they're speaking, whatever Arabic language, I forgot what she said it, and I don't remember which one it was. In the clock repair shop or watch repair shop was actually like real language. It wasn't just gibberish, which sometimes they do. And
I also like the little nod just there where he's like, oh, you actually locked the door for once. It's almost like she can feel that something's off and it makes her lock the door.
Yeah, it makes her
It's a lot like Eye of the World in right before Winter Night when everybody's like,
Eye of the World?
Not wrong.
I've never heard of this.
Kind of wrong though.
Is that a Winter Night? Is that like the Nordic holiday Winter Night?
Yeah, that's the one.
Is this a Star Trek episode?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. It's the one where they visit Jupiter and they go in through the red spot, but it's like actually an eyeball.
Yes.
Ow, my freaking eye.
Did you guys watch Doctor Who?
Oh,
I've seen a couple episodes.
Love Doctor Who.
Matt Smith was my favorite Doctor so far.
Because he was like one of the best.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited for the new guy. I forgot his name, but I watched Sex Education and he was fantastic in that show. So
I like the guy. Who was the one that played Barty Crouch Jr. in Harry Potter that also played one of the doctors?
David Tennant.
Yeah.
He was good. I liked him too.
I think every episode I watched was a David Tennant doctor.
Yeah, Nukti Gatwa. That's his name. He was great in Sex Education, which is another great show. Fantastic show.
I love it's like a ninja movie.
Yeah. That's got to be an Easter egg for something from the video game because that's
supposedly that's the movie in the video game. So the video game people made up a ninja game or a ninja movie and that's the one.
That's the one that he likes or whatever.
Yeah. So it doesn't actually exist in real life, obviously.
Yeah. And
Well,
that's probably owed to. Oh no, go ahead.
If it exists in the game, and the game really does exist,
then it exists.
It does exist in real life. Just like how all the light fixtures in video games are using real electricity.
It's true. They are.
Sorry, Tom. What were you saying?
And I don't remember. It's fine.
Oh,
it's probably just nonsense.
It's gone now. If you want a really good 80s ninja movie, though, Blind Fury.
I don't know if I saw that.
Oh,
I mean, all my old kung fu movies are like old Japanese. There was a theater by my house in New York that played like old kung fu movies from like the 70s and the 80s. So like all of those were like all the old Japanese and Chinese kung fu movies I watched were like dubbed movies or subbed or dubbed movies.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, this one is, you know what a spaghetti western is, right?
Yeah.
This is like a spaghetti kung fu because it's literally Zatoichi, but with Rutger Hauer, and he's a Vietnam vet, and he lost his eyes in Vietnam, was trained by this little village, and he's got a cane, and it's great.
That's all right. Awesome. I gotta check out. Let me Blind Fury.
You'll love it.
I love
guaranteed by me.
I like the crazy cheesy ones though. Like there's Jet Li's first movie was it was so bad. It's called Evil Cult. It's so bad.
Cult.
But it's fantastic.
I love Jet Li's in Tai Chi.
Yes, that was
That's like
I think the cheesiest one I watched might be what is it called? Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah, well, I mean that's an American movie, but yes, that is a fantastic movie.
The Drunken Master.
Yeah, it's either that or
Jackie Chan. All Jackie Chan movies, all of his old, all of his movies, but all of his old kung fu movies are fantastic. Yes.
Oh, what was the movie where he put on the suit and the suit was had like nanobots, whatever, and it made
the tuxedo.
Yeah,
tuxedo. Jennifer Love Hewitt was in that, I think. Anyway, yeah. So Joel had to go pick up his fuck up brother from getting arrested, but it sounds like he probably was fighting somebody that was like infected. And attacked the waitress.
He was definitely fighting an infected.
Yeah. I'm surprised they still arrested him with everything going on.
Well, I mean,
law enforcement should know though, or at least have some idea that something fucked up's happening.
Maybe.
It's alarming how fast and easy communication out and notifications break down.
Yeah, that's fair.
In the high stress, chaotic situations.
Yeah, and the fact that no agencies and stuff have intercommunication. That's like,
and there's a lot of finger pointing. The police are well, that the army is here. The army should have done it. And the army's we're busy doing more important stuff. Local PD should have been doing this.
And the sheriff department and the state troopers and it's just it's crazy.
This dog's nope.
Oh god, seriously, nope. The dog's I do not want to go in there.
Yep, listen to that motherfucking dog. Shit.
Follow the dog. You're about to be mentally scarred for the rest of your life.
I like how they actually gave a good, believable explanation as to why it's right now only this house.
Yeah,
that's a zombie movie.
She says it later, right? It was something about the hospital or something.
Yeah, they talk about it after her dad pops up, and it's just well, it started in the city, and we're not in the city. That's why we're not safe. The empty wheelchair right there.
And I from watching Beth's stream of The Last of Us Part 1, so when Joel pulls up, he cracks this old woman in the head with a wrench, and I know the wrench is one of the melee weapons in the game, so that's definitely an Easter egg.
That's like a tenet of zombie survival games, right?
Oh yeah.
Any kind of metal pipe, metal wrench.
I do like that though, that these aren't zombies in the sense of they're dead and they come back. The people are alive. It's very important.
Yeah. Well,
they can't reanimate dead human bodies.
That's so cool.
Now here, the old man's a dick. All right, because he knows she's right there, and he's
Yeah.
Help me, little girl.
He's trying not to move so she doesn't. Oh my god.
Ugh.
So this is gonna take over being my sleep paralysis demon for a while now.
Right.
Oh yeah.
This
Yeah.
catatonic old lady.
Infected flower.
It did this really well because I was like, yeah, that's creepy.
Yep.
Ugh. And this old lady. So here's what gets me: this old woman is an actual old woman, but the way she moves, she did such a great job selling it.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
arthritis
the
only
wrench.
lasts as long as the camera's not on, sir.
That's true.
We do what we must for the show.
It's true. And I'm sure they have crazy makeup artists that she might not even be old.
Well, did you see the behind the scenes clip for the third Guardians of the Galaxy movie where they showed Nebula carrying prosthesis of Chris Pratt?
Yes. My favorite part about that was so for anyone that hasn't seen it, they made like a full body, a fake body of Chris Pratt that is very, very light. So Karen Gillan
35
can carry
pounds.
it. Yeah. So Karen Gillan can carry it. And there was like a clip floating around on the internet of them playing with it.
Yeah. And it's like you're watching the thing, and then eventually, like after the second or third run, you like notice that Chris Pratt is like watching too, and it's like,
yeah, Chris Pratt's like, is that what I look like? Is that like proportional?
He's having an existential crisis, and everybody else is like.
There was an interview with James Gunn, and he was talking about how he had the Chris Pratt doll in his office, and he said people would come in and scream.
Yeah.
And Chris Pratt went, people would come in it and what?
It's the worst.
Oh, so this is the part that felt to me like the most like, homage to the video game.
Yes.
Like the way it just like switches the point of view and like keeps you kind of focused on the front or the action. Like everybody knows like the Call of Duty games where you're stuck in a car and you can only look forward and barely move the camera.
Yeah. Can't look backwards. You can only look left and right.
Well, and especially as them driving off and it shows the other two people getting up and running out and attacking, and it was just no. Creepy.
I like how she asked the important questions. Like, no, babe, we're not sick. It's like, how do you know?
Well, and then they said it's in the city. Well, where was she earlier?
Yeah,
I think that was still suburb though. I don't think she went to the city.
Well, she was at their house for the elderly couple that was always in the city.
Well,
so you see her, she's like stares down for a while. And
no,
she's like,
she went into the city to get the watch fixed.
Yeah. That's true. I forgot. Yeah.
I didn't even make that up.
The thing, one of the big changes that I know that was from the game to this is that in the game, it was airborne spores could also infect you. So like constantly there were the characters in the game and the NPCs are putting on gas masks because, especially when they're around other infected, because there's airborne spores. So they changed that for the show because you can't have actors wearing masks, all of the actors wearing masks all of the time, especially a gas mask, like a filtration system. You wouldn't be able to hear them. Like it would just be miserable for the actors. So that was a major change from the show. And the funny thing is you don't hear the neckbeards going crazy about it like they do for minor changes like characters' hair and eye color in other shows.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the movie The Happening?
Yeah. Worst. Yeah. I hated it. Sorry, but if you
but the concept reminds me kind of.
This is similar. Yeah, the plants start attacking everybody.
The trees will fight back with angry pollen.
So bad. It was so bad.
I'm the Lorax. I speak for the trees. And for
I was hysterical laughing in that movie.
They speak Vietnamese.
I was hysterical laughing in that movie when they were in New York City and people were just walking off the buildings. I don't know why. It was just, it struck me as funny in the moment.
Dude.
You know, as somebody that's like had friends that have never experienced like deep south, like heavy pollen, and seeing how much of a struggle it is for some of them, that was probably the most believable part of the movie for me.
That's fair.
When I was active duty in Valdosta, Georgia, I drove a black Bronco, and I swear to God, I would come out from work and I would have a yellow Bronco.
Yep.
And I'd have to go through a car wash, and the very next day I would have a yellow Bronco. It was like a month or two.
Just give it up, man. I've got a black Camaro. I just give up. I'll wait till the pollen actually dies down, and by then it rains and it's all right.
That's it.
It's not it feels counterintuitive, but lighter colored cars are easier to keep clean. I had a white Monte Carlo for years, so easy to keep clean compared to a dark colored car.
Dude, I love how just everything falls to shit instantly.
Yeah.
I love the litany of aircraft that were definitely on approach for some other airport that have just like
they're just like, oh, land in the roadway, land in the roadway.
Land somewhere. Don't.
I like
People
how
are
realistic
running this
Joel
way.
is,
Let's
like,
drive over there.
Yeah, I love how like
this definitely feels like a video game. Yeah, look at his hands too on the wheel. He's got 10 and 2. He's not moving his hands at all. It definitely feels like a video game.
I love how Joel's like, dude, just drive, and he's like, but there's people. I can't just drive over them. He's like, we're gonna die.
You can drive over them. We have four-wheel drive.
Oh, look at
I'm sorry, but
okay. The piece that blows my mind here in this scene is the choreography. Like this is all one shot.
Yeah, it's one contiguous shot. So like, the actors, the extras having to dodge the car, the stunt people, for sure.
Everything is now. I'm sure there's some like cheat cuts somewhere, but still. Oh.
That's not fun.
Oof.
The scene. The scene of everybody running out of there it is. Welcome back. No, you're good. You're good. The scene of everybody running out of the theater made me think of The Blob. You ever see that?
Oh yeah.
Old horror movie.
Yeah, but that scene right there, just 100 people running around in complete and total chaos is
having to dodge cars and even with stunt drivers and stunt people, like that's
and from a filming perspective, that's a nightmare scene.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I wonder how long it took them to film that.
I hope there wasn't too many takes.
Did his brother leave them?
I don't.
No, I think he's right outside.
Yeah, I think he's like standing.
Oh, they get separated when they're running. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, a car comes up and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the first time I saw that, I could have swore that as soon as it crashes, you see feet hop out of the car and off to the side, which may be true.
I gotta look that up, Rapunzel, and I gotta check it out. They're just as evil as the Empire. I can tell you that.
That's true. That is a fact.
This part to me was like the most horrifying. Like imagining yourself being in the situation where you're carrying your daughter and like you got to run from.
No idea what's going on, and then you see this.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, that's terrifying. Hopefully they don't notice me. And of course, there's always that one.
And of course, there's always the scene where they look up. There it is.
Yeah. Immediately, underwear full of shit. If it wasn't already.
Poo everywhere.
Yeah.
What was the house on Haunted Hill where they're walking around in the empty abandoned asylum with a camera, and they go into a room and they see a surgery being performed on someone who's insane. Yes. And then they look up. There's empty room. They look in the camera. Surgery.
Yep.
Look up, empty room, look in the camera, and all of a sudden everybody in the room
is looking at them.
Yeah. It's like,
oh! Yeah, I think it was like in the basement because that was part of the lore of like the haunting of Hill House.
Yeah. The house was used to be a
mortuary or something.
Or an asylum or whatever.
The house on Haunted Hill. This is
the house on Haunted Hill.
House on Haunted Hill, yeah.
I was thinking the haunting of Hill House.
Which is also a good TV series.
I think it was based off of the same stuff.
Have you seen the actual like Hill House?
No.
So they're pretty good if you're into like ghost hunting and that kind of stuff. There's a channel called Twin Paranormal. They did ghost.
That's what everyone would have to look like, by the way. Sorry. Yeah. If they went with the game, everyone would look like that. That wouldn't be a fun show to watch. No, I don't watch a lot of ghost hunting stuff. Fucking dude. So does that mean like the U.S. government is just like shoot everyone on sight? Is that like?
I guarantee what happened was because he reported that one of them was injured.
Whoever
Whoever
like,
the
"Kill him."
commander was like, we're not taking a chance. We can't, because this is this is what they call like fog of war, right? Except this is fog of chaos. Like, you don't know if you can really take the chance or not, because some people take the chance and they wind up regretting it, or you don't.
They don't know how the
chance.
infection spreads exactly yet. Blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
and that's fog of war or fog
It's
of
just
the
a
collapse of humanity.
Fog of encounter.
And it was about 90 seconds after this scene that I sent y'all the message that like, thanks for
Fuck you. You were like, fuck
ruining
you.
my emotional state.
Well, I was having a good day.
I was having a good day, but no, Andrew's got to agree to shit and
Watch things that make me sad.
Yeah.
I don't have any messages from you, Rapunzel.
They did a really good job though of like, I really loved this character. I was like, this is a fantastic
like I can't wait to see how she grows up in a world like and like the things they have to
because I thought like, I mean, obviously I haven't really played the games and I didn't really make the connection here that her name was Sarah, not Ellie. I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't know that Ellie wasn't actually his daughter. Like, I didn't know that much about the game.
He does a great job.
Oh yeah.
Like building his relationship with Ellie. Like you could really, I know you haven't watched the whole thing yet, and I'm not going to be too spoily for the whole season or anything, but like the way his relationship builds with Ellie over the course of the season, it's evident even in just the way he interacts with his surroundings and stuff like that. Is really good. So 20 years later.
20 freaking years.
Yeah, it's crazy. So like he must have been what, like in his early 40s, maybe late 30s.
Probably mid to late 30s. I'd give it that.
And then they start us off with like this little girl that seems to have like a bum ankle. And I'm like, why?
But also, or she's infected. So here's Rapunzel sent me the
oh yeah.
It does. It really
fair. If only Palm was as easy to destroy as the Death Star
was. Yeah, well, we didn't have a scientist
build a
fail safe into it.
Yeah.
I love that they retcon that. Sorry, tangent.
No, I was gonna say it. I
love it so much.
Me too. They built like a reasoning for it.
It makes, because that was like one of the biggest complaints, right? Oh, one little thing.
Well, that's the thing, and I've said this a lot in a lot of panels and shit. Like it's back then, like there's just a different expectation from fans now with stories of anything, video games, books, movies, television. Like people just want it to not feel more realistic, but be more believable, I guess. And you know, the Death Star being blown up by one torpedo, that the shit the size of a planet is a little unbelievable. So,
well, and that's
then you take modern aircraft, and there's aircraft that literally will be in the process of taking off, and like a rock like that big gets in the air intake, and it's done.
Sucks up into the engine, and it's bam.
There was a comedian that told a story about like how for recruiting, the Army landed a helicopter like on their football field. And they dared someone. No, it was New Zealand. The New Zealand Air Force.
He was 36. There you go.
New Zealand Air Force landed like one of like their 3 helicopters on a soccer pitch.
All right, he said his age. It was his birthday. We're dumb. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry,
duh.
No, you're fine. And then someone as a joke threw an apple at it, and a little tiny piece of apple got and it shut the whole thing down. So
in the New Zealand Air Force.
Yeah. Our logo has a flightless bird for the Air Force. It's like love you, New Zealand. Was never change.
Just casually checking this little girl for bites. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, you know. Check it for infection. And I love this too. I love how subtle it is.
Yep.
And then she gets all sweet.
Like this is the main thing. Like it's my biggest like issue with like a lot of zombie movies is like, why don't you detain people until you know they're not bit or infected? It makes no sense. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know you. You're gonna have to do a little bit of quarantining.
Yep.
Look, you lived through
And
2020 and 2021. You can live through this. It'll be fine.
Casual euthanasia.
People just complain about shit. It's like, hello, do you see the world? It's literally over.
Imagine being in like an apocalyptic world and be like, HIPAA means I can't be quarantined. It's like, the world is over. What are you talking about?
I got my rights. No, the fuck you don't. Sorry.
Funny story. Rights don't exist unless you fight for them. So,
I mean, the Beastie Boys have been teaching this lesson for decades now.
yeah. And Rage Against the Machine.
And Rage Against the Machine.
I love, also off topic, but I love all of the right wing idiots that are like, I'm so upset against Rage Against the Machine being political. Like, have you ever listened to their music?
Okay. So I told you this story at JordanCon, but I now feel necessary. I now feel it is necessary to tell the story here. I went to a Dropkick Murphys concert in Reno. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was an amazing concert. The guy sitting right next to me, halfway through the show, listening to them talk, and he goes, "Why you gotta make it political?" Like he's yelling. And I looked at him and I went, like, have you listened to their music? He's like, yeah, man, I love the Dropkick Murphys. And I was like, but this is their shtick.
Yeah.
What are
this part fucking sucked too. Like,
yeah,
he's like, oh, I can't because it's a child, and he's just like,
whatever, bro.
Oh, I just realized it was the girl. Oh, I didn't even realize it the first time.
Yeah.
The shoes. It was the shoes.
Yeah. So basically, they I guess determined she was infected, and we're like, okay, basically like humane euthanasia.
Yeah, they probably injected her with something that, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I said casual euthanasia. That was the.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, like it's like people forget the origin of like most rock music that is like inherently like against the system kind of thing. Like, or like most music has.
Gotta love it.
Some kind of socio-political impact or ideology.
I had to look it up, but I thought that was Squirrely Dan. It is not, but I thought it was. The guard there.
Oh, the guard there. Yeah, no.
He looks like Squirrely Dan.
He does kind of look like Squirrely Dan. I saw him live. He was he was hilarious. I saw him in Tampa before the dark times.
Before the dark times.
When I was willing to go to a small room full of people.
I love like how they suddenly point out that they figured out that depending on one with the thing that said time to infection based off of where you're infected.
Yes.
But all the people that have clearly had amputations because they were getting infected and they saved their life.
Yeah.
And there was a brief shot here of like shoelaces, one ration. And here's the thing, like with a total societal collapse, you don't have people manufacturing supplies.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how quickly we consume as a society. And that's not like a negative statement or anything.
No, it's just
there's a lot of people and we need a lot of shit.
Yep. So I lived in New York when Hurricane Sandy hit, and we didn't have power for a month, and like they shut off the water, they shut off the gas. You learn pretty quickly how much you depend on a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh God, I saw an actor in this, and we'll see him here coming up in one of the scenes that I did not expect to see in any other movies. Because I've only ever seen him in. Technically, it's a trilogy of indie movies called Rampage. Not the rock Rampage, like the actual indie film Rampage.
Okay, yeah, no, I never saw it.
Yeah, pretty indie films. Not necessarily ones that I would recommend anybody go and watch. Well, everybody go and watch.
I love it. Dude's total pain addict. Or a pain pill addict.
Yeah.
There is a difference.
Opioids. Yeah, I won't kink shame if you're a pain addict.
Nobody's kink shaming here.
Pills maybe get some help, but
If you like pleasure spiked with pain,
consent
and
is
if
key.
music is your aeroplane.
Did you see when Pedro Pascal was on Saturday Night Live?
I did not.
Like a month ago. Oh, you gotta Google Pedro Pascal like SNL coma or whatever. He did a skit where he woke up from a coma and he had like a Valley Girl voice, like and like he talked like this and like, but like he woke up with that voice. Mm-hmm. He said that the origin of that voice was from Last of Us. Like they were like, everything that they were filming, most of the stuff that they film was like depressing and dark and deep. So like they would just talk in that voice to each other sometimes, like around set, and it was like infectious. So like when they would start doing it,
this is the guy. That guy, Brendan Fletcher.
Oh, okay.
Or is that the character's name? I can't remember.
I don't know.
And where else did you say you saw him?
So there's a trilogy
indie films. Oh, Rampage indie films. Okay.
Called Rampage.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is Brendan Fletcher. The first one came out in 2009. Basically, like, he plays a guy that goes on a rampage in his hometown, and it's a very, like, anti-establishment, like, you guys are sheeple, we need to wake up, we're destroying the world kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah, they made 3 of them. They're not horrible movies, but
it does look familiar though.
Yeah, I'm sure he's in something else, but that's where I first saw him from. So they are good movies, but
I'm pulling up the Izzle Mizzle Dizzle Bizzles right now.
I think the thing I'm thinking of him from, he doesn't have a beard, but I definitely recognize him.
Yeah, I know in the first Rampage he doesn't have a beard, but in the second and third he does. Like, I saw those eyes, like, that's his expression throughout the entire movie and like all the Rampages for the most part, just that kind of like angry, annoyed expression.
Let's do this the easy way.
I think I actually found those movies like from like using like a free movie website,
like
Crunch,
yeah, whatever it is, yeah.
Oh, I cannot find this man.
That's gonna smart.
Yeah, that'll hurt.
I don't think he's okay.
That guy's having a less than optimal day.
My dad calls bad days character building days. I believe this does not meet that criteria.
Yeah, well, you know what? We've had enough character building days over the last 10 years. Tired of living through history, as people like to put it.
Could I stop living through once in a lifetime events, please?
Oh my God, I can't say how many once in a 500-year storms I've lived through. Oh, this is a once in a 500-year storm, motherfucker.
But it gives
this is number 5 that I've.
I missed the big one in South Carolina, like back in late 2015 when South Carolina had like its 1,000-year flood.
Yeah,
I was actually in Texas doing pre-deployment training. So luckily,
we had just this year we had record amounts of snowfall, all-time record amounts of snowfall in Utah.
Yeah, but the weather isn't changing or anything.
I would tell you it sucks, but that is very accurate. There's actively shooting going on. Don't expect any kind of police or military to sit there and just be super nice and kind with you.
I think all she cared about was not getting shot.
Which is,
Yes, yeah. I'm ready to be living in uninteresting times. This actor is fantastic too. I believe they are 9-binary now. Great. She's like I love them as the Bear Island girl.
Yes,
I can't remember
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Mormont. She's a Mormont.
Lady Mormont.
Yes. She was
Very, very good. And it's the
in the re-release, they made Lady Lyanna, Lyanna Mormont. They made the Ellie character in the game look like her too.
I'm not gonna lie, like
a lot of cursing.
Ellie, the character, I specify, because I have a real problem with people who say, I hate this person, they suck so bad. When really they're just an actor playing an asshole and they do a really good job.
Yeah.
Like, quick tangent. If someone plays an asshole and they do a good job,
they're a good actor.
You should love them, not hate them.
Yeah.
Give the lady who played Dolores Umbridge some slack. The fact that you hate her means she did a good job.
Yeah. Who I attributed to a similar stance with her? Abdul Silas. He's the guy that plays Emin Valda in the Wheel of Time show.
Yes.
And he was good.
He was so creepy.
He was so horrible is what he was, but he was good.
Did a great job.
Yeah.
My first experience with that was Dead Poet Society.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Cameron, that little bitch. Oh, punch him in his stupid face. Oh, here it is.
I think it's just tobacco too, right? It's not
even. Yeah. See, they don't have any good Two Rivers tobacco.
Nope. Which I always took to just be weed in the Wheel of Time.
It's the good shit. Two Rivers is Humboldt County.
Yes, Crystal. So good.
Thank you, Crystal.
I don't know if you're talking about the woman that plays Dolores Umbridge or Abdul, but they're both equally fantastic.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, especially with the kid who played
3 weeks.
What was that, Andrew? Sorry.
It feels like he's talking to the VA. Well, it hasn't been that long. It's been 3 weeks. No word.
I love like the kid who played King Joffrey.
He quit acting.
He quit acting because people were hating on him. Stop.
He was getting death threats.
Such a good job as an actor.
Yeah. I like how they make like the underground movement here also kind of bad. Like it's kind of like how they did the stuff in Hunger Games where like
the
Capitol was bad, but then the underground movement that overthrew the Capitol was also kind of on the way to being bad. So
Arosa, the person who quit acting was the guy who played
Joffrey.
Joffrey in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. He hasn't taken any big parts in a long time. And he said back like when he went back to college or high school or something, he went back to school after he finished after he was killed in Game of Thrones, and he said that he probably wasn't going to return to acting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a fair fear. Losing your glasses.
Oh,
could you imagine?
Well, even having think about like things that you require for an extended period of time. Glasses, you would need to have.
You have asthma
prescriptions, asthma, diabetes. Like there are conditions where you would need continued support.
Yep. Like I remember, I forgot who I was talking to. It was actually after Hurricane Sandy. We were talking to, I was a friend of mine who lived around the corner from me. He would always say shit like, "Oh, I wish the zombie apocalypse would happen." Tired of it was like 3 days after the storm. We were eating cold cold Chef Boyardee out of cans, and I was like, "You still want the zombie apocalypse to happen? Because this is the zombie apocalypse, except we don't have zombies. So imagine this, but zombies." And he was like, "Yeah, never mind." Thank you.
Here,
how many people would die just because they can't get their asthma medication? They can't,
There's a lot of people who really believe that they'll survive things that we won't. It's really easy for us to believe right now with no real stressors that we'll survive like a massive stress. But
Tom,
the
I'm
reality
sending
is
you
like a ton of
an
people like
image.
if there ever is like some kind of apocalyptic event, the amount of people that are going to unfortunately not make it because of medical conditions or simple illnesses is staggeringly high.
I mean, that's why we have society, because we were like, oh, I'm kind of tired of all of my family members dying once they cross the age of 40. Like,
What? There you
you
go.
picture yourself.
Next person that says,
yeah.
I wish there was a zombie apocalypse. Shut up.
Yeah. Accurate. Accurate.
I will say I did make the joke with COVID a couple of times. This is the worst zombie apocalypse ever.
Ever. Born after the outbreak. Such a weird concept.
19-year-old pieces of shit. That statement is still true, though.
It's true. I know why old people were crotchety when I was a kid, because I'm getting every day. I'm like, oh god.
I will be right back. I hear voices that I shouldn't be hearing in my apartment.
How about it? Don't die.
Buddy.
We'll keep an eye on him.
I was about to say, I'm gonna get on the phone with him.
I forgot who this woman is. I forgot her name, but I remember
she was in something else too.
Yeah. I used to know like everyone's fucking name all the time. There's a game that my friends and I made up for that we used to play.
So her character name is Teresa. She's Anna Torv.
Okay.
Oh, and she was in Fringe.
That's what it is. I used to watch the shit out of Fringe. I love Fringe.
I loved the beginning of it.
I liked the first couple seasons. I mean, like it fell off a little bit, but yeah, that's true, Crystal. Yeah, man. Like kids that had to like go through even just like, you know, being born in 2021. So like, you know, 2 now,
Sure.
but like kids that like their first day of school was in 2020, you know, like, you know, they don't know normal experiences outside of, you know, having to be masked and like, I mean, precautions obviously do it.
Yeah.
It just sucks. Oh, Andrew's back. Yay.
Welcome back.
You don't have to murder anybody?
No. My Roku TV woke up and decided to hover over the live channel. So it was like playing audio from like live TV.
Nice.
Meanwhile, I'm like, it's a bold intruder to just have a conversation right now.
In the middle of my house, yeah. I had Hulu paused one night on, I don't know what it was. It was a horror movie. I usually watch them by myself because Aaron does not like to watch horror movies. And it unpaused randomly, like in the middle of the night, and I had left my computer on. It was one of the more terrifying things that's ever happened.
I like some horror movies, and then some just really mess with my head. It depends on the kind of horror.
Yeah, I don't like psychological thrillers.
Yeah.
I can't do too many of those.
And like when my kids were young, they'd ask, "Oh, can we watch, you know, like Saw?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's gore porn. It doesn't matter. You can easily look at that and go, that's fake. It's stupid. It's fake." But it's when it starts getting into your head, that's when it just nope. We're not doing that.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, Arosa.
I'm a pansy, so.
Dang.
The scary that was like we saw I Am Legend in the theater, and I remember everyone gasping collectively in the theater when the camera zoomed back and they showed the price of gas in like the gas station that was shut down. It was like $11.85 a gallon. Everyone was like,
yeah,
that was horror.
Talk about a really great movie until they unveiled the monster. When you saw what the monster was, it was like, get out of here.
Oh, like Insidious?
See, you know what though? There like I know in Japan, like it's just part of their culture. Like if you're not feeling well, you wear a mask so you don't get the people around you sick. So like that's a good thing. Like I kind of I wish we did that.
That was a custom that they adopted after the SARS outbreak.
Yeah. And now that's just
the
a
early
thing
2000s. And now it's a thing they do, and it's
a
helped thing that we're probably going to do going forward, because we had a new version of SARS that went worldwide.
Yeah, I mean we should though. Like if you're not feeling good and you're going out, it's just it's so hard to, it's such a hard concept for some people to grasp onto, caring about the other people that are around you.
I say all the time that I am so happy. Not that I know how this is going to sound, but let me finish.
Oh God.
I am so happy for COVID in one way, and that is it really shed light on the whole stupidity of, well, I'm just a little sick, so I'll go into work and power through it. No, stay home, go to the office and get other people sick, you stupid idiot.
Yeah, I mean a lot of that is due to the fact that people can't afford to stay home.
Well, there is some of that, yes.
Oh yeah, yep. People, how many people you learned real quick about the people that don't wash their hands?
Oh yeah, they still don't. The amount of times I've went to leave the public restroom at work and seen some like fucking 80-year-old dude that just got done holding his pecker not wash his hands and just walk straight out.
Walk
that's
right out.
That's the image I liked. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Saggy, lots of skin. That's all I could see now in my head.
I don't leave a bathroom without a paper towel around my hand.
Yeah, I didn't think about it until like I saw the dude do that. Like he literally looked me in the eyes, looked at the sink, and just walked out. And I was like, "What?"
I honestly, I was kind of hoping that when I went out, when I was wearing a mask, because we're in Florida, that someone would say some shit to me, but no one ever said nothing to me.
I think by and large, 99% of the people are pretty respectful about it. I think you got 1% that the news likes to blast and make it sound like everybody thinks this. No, they don't.
I think the vast majority of people don't care. Like, as long as you're not bothering me individually, do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. Yep.
She's such a good actor. I mean, they're such a good actor. Oh shit, man! Nice, yeah. Well, I'm glad everything came out well with that, because that's crazy.
Happy to have you around still.
Yeah. Was it you that showed me the scar, Jordan Garden? Oh shit, Arosa, you're a New Yorker? You're in Queens? Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine how bad it was there. Like, so many people on top of each other, subways, like, it's almost impossible. It's fucking kid,
do I look like your mom? No,
Fuck
you do
kid.
Not. I need a refill.
What was I can't remember the actress that played Ellie in the game.
Oh, the voice actor?
Yeah. She plays Ellie's mom in the flashback. Can't remember her name.
Bella Ramsey.
No, that's her. That's Ellie. That's who plays
Ellie.
Oh,
I looked at the wrong thing. Sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, that's the one that plays her in the TV show.
I'm dumb.
It's okay.
Ashley Johnson? Was that her?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. She voiced Ellie in The Last of Us in 2013.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
The struggle of whenever things have like a video game and a TV show.
Yeah.
Unless it's the Wheel of Time, then everything is, here's the book answer.
Yeah, that's true.
For now.
There was the one video game. I don't think there was any voice acting in that though.
I mean, like,
I don't remember.
Well, like whenever you look things up, like if you look up something Wheel of Time, like 99% of the time it's going to be something from the books.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
I expect by like season 3 there'll be a lot of like, do you mean the books or the TV show?
I am looking forward to season 2. I hope. Like I said, a lot of my problems with the first season of the Wheel Time Show were budgetary problems. There was a couple of little things with like the way it wasn't changes, but just the way they depicted the blight, which also could be budgetary though. So like I don't know
Yeah.
like what was budgetary and what was having to rewrite because Barney left the show and COVID happened right in the middle of filming the season. So like I hope we get like now that we've had a full year of them being able to just film like a full season of them being able to just film without major crazy things happening.
Well, the nice thing is like now they can show like the blight changing and looking maybe more like what we expect to show like the progress of the shadow.
Yeah. Honestly, I was just like the thing that they lost. They were supposed to film the blight and the ways and Faldara on location, like elsewhere in Europe, and they couldn't leave Prague, so they had to like rush, build sets that they didn't plan to build or have budget to build, and do CG that they didn't plan to do or have budget to do. So I get it, but
I mean, to their credit, there's a lot of stuff that they wanted to do in places they wanted to do that I would have liked more than what actually happened. But put want in one hand and
you can only do so much
in the other.
Yeah, you can only do so much especially when you have to like literally build things with like forget about think about having to build a set as complicated as the ways without the budget, but also in Prague, in the middle of nowhere, where you can't like just go and get supplies because COVID. Like it was the beginning of COVID, so the world shut down. So they couldn't go and order foam to like sculpt into stuff as easy as they would have been, able to pre that shit. So there was all kinds of nonsense that
I'm a big fan of 7 out of 8 things they did in season 1.
Yeah, me too. I loved all of the acting was fantastic. All of the characters were fantastic. The dialogue was great. So like I'm looking forward to it. There's your boy.
Yeah.
He won't be rampaging anywhere in Last of Us no more.
Well, spoiler warning. He looked a lot like that at the end of Rampage 3. So. I love how it's like strapped down in a crate and it's an absolute shit show of a battery.
Yeah. Yeah, my problem with the blight mainly was that it just looked like a field of mangrove trees, like from above, and I don't see how you can march an army of Trollocs through that. Like that's the thing that drove me crazy. Which then I felt validated for because when Brandon did the live watch with Matt Hatch, he said the exact same thing. So I was like, all right, I feel validated now. Damn, Joel.
I love the sheer amount of like, I don't care, you're a threat.
Yeah,
because it's like realistic. Like you're not like.
And that's the evolution of Joel that I really liked throughout this season. Like right now, that is exactly how he is. He's like, I don't give a shit about you. You're a threat. You came at me with a knife. Like you could be infected. Like, but then like the evolution of his character with her is, and not just her effect on him and the way he sees the world is very evident in the way Pedro Pascal does the role. It's very well done.
I wasn't planning on watching this at all, but
bro, you got to at least watch up to episode 3. Like,
oh no, like now, 100% your fault, Tom. So when Maya complains that I'm watching TV instead of like
send it right to me, it's fine.
Yeah, that's the plan. We're like, you got to talk to Tom.
It's fine. Send it right to me.
But I do plan to watch it. So
you should, man. It's so good. Nick Offerman in episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Set design in this show is also pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I know, like I haven't played Last of Us, but I played Dying Light,
mm-hmm.
And a lot of the set like reminds me kind of Dying Light.
Yeah, it's because it's Dying Light is set like after they start to try to like make a society again, kind of like they have here. So
Yeah.
a lot of similar shit. Damn, that ear was fucked up. Pedro Pascal. I love him so much. He's doing so much shit now too. Like if you look at his IMDb, like his upcoming shit, there's just it's solid booked.
Oh yeah, dude, he just exploded.
Mm-hmm. I saw him live. He did like a stand-up like musical thing. I want to say like 8 years ago. Nick Offerman, so good. I forgot what it was called, but like it was right after Brett Kavanaugh got approved to the Supreme Court, and he said like he's on stage, he busts out his guitar, and he's like, "This is my favorite part of the show, and I'll tell you why afterwards." And he's like, "Okay." So he plays a song, and the name of the song is "I Like Beer," and it's him basically making fun of Brett Kavanaugh for like a 3-minute song. And it was hilarious. And he's like, and it happened again. He's like, this is my favorite part of the show because this is when the people that came to watch me that are all crazy right wingers that think that I'm my character from Parks and Rec and don't realize that I'm parodying them in Parks and Rec, and even my character in Parks and Rec isn't really like that. They get up and leave right now, and I saw at least 3 people leave when I was playing that song, so it was perfect.
I think if you're so offended by comedy that it makes you leave the show, then the comedy's doing what it should do because it's making you rethink your life choices.
Mm-hmm. My new mantra is to be an allergy for the people that I don't want around me. I saw someone say that. I don't know where. That's how I've been living for the last like 5 years, and it's made me much happier.
That's what I do. Like if somebody doesn't better your life by their presence, and especially if they worsen your life by their presence, you know, give like energy to the energy you get from people. Because the people that better your life by being around will infinitely appreciate you giving the same energy back more than people that are just like, I'm here. Or the people that are actively just trying to see how much they can piss you off.
Yep.
Which is fun. Which is like one of my favorite things is like you got to out conspiracy theory the conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I've seen that.
So somebody's like, "Oh, like the moon landing was real." I just laugh.
You believe on the moon?
You believe in the moon?
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah. Yeah, you believe in the moon?
You sheep.
You sheep.
Oh.
I will yes end like, and I think most people know that now about me. I will just yes end all day. Like you can just keep trying to like, especially like I especially love to do it with there was a couple of my friends that were like in high school that were like super homophobic. So like when they would make jokes about like, you know, like being gay like with me, I'd be like, yeah, let's go right now. Like they and always I would win, like always, because I will yes end you all day.
Oh, so you always won gay chicken?
Oh yeah, every time. I'm still in a relationship with my friend Rob. It's been 10 years now.
That's it's a lot of how time in the military is.
Oh, we lost Josh. I can't hear his soothing voice anymore. Yeah. He'll figure it out. I believe.
I think he can hear us now, which I think he couldn't earlier.
Yeah. It's good though. I like watching him kind of like
pantomime his response.
Yeah. He's looking a little antsy in the background there. God.
Like letting the earbuds charge again. Like, come on, just a little juice.
I thought I was genius. I remember Beth talking about this
okay, am I back?
Scene is yeah, you're back now. We can hear you.
Woo-hoo!
Hey, this scene is literally almost verbatim, word for word, taken out of the game, apparently.
Oh.
Which I don't know how to feel about. Like, I don't know. Like I said this. I know I said that. Like, I loved this show, so I was fine with it because I didn't play the game. But like, I know I said a lot in Wheel of Time. Like, if we got a shot for shot, word for word, the book, I would be like, this is boring. Like, I know everything. Like, I love. The thing I like about adaptations is, especially from a property that I like, is, and that I'm familiar with, is like I know maybe where they're going to go with it, but the journey to get there is, you know, slightly different. And that's the thing that I like about the Wheel of Time show is that like there's some things where I'm like, I don't know how they're going to do this. Like, I don't know how they're going to do it. And that's exciting. Like I get to be surprised by Wheel of Time again. And like that, I haven't had that.
The whole premise and the idea behind the Watt Fantasy League that we're doing, you don't know. I mean, for instance, Daniel won season 1 because he had the Lady Amalisa on his team.
Yeah.
And we were like, that's a throwaway character. She's not going to do shit. But she ended up taking out an entire damn Trolloc army. We didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's amazing.
Well, an entire Trolloc army, 2 Wilders, and almost 2 Jammers. So.
That's absolutely right, Noman Garden, because video games are basically just interactive movies for the most part. Like you can do almost shot for shot adaptations of a game because it's already a visual representation. So a lot of the issues that you have adapting written word.
I think if you like sprinkle it in and it's like clearly like an homage to the original,
which is what this is. This scene is
like that's fine. But if you like word for word remade, I don't know, like an entire prologue to a book for just wild example, probably not going to work out that well.
Yeah, and then air it at 2:00 in the morning on a random weird channel that no one watches
because you were forced to do so.
Yeah. I
want to know the real reason he was so mad at Jack on the Titanic? It wasn't because anything Jack and Rose did. It's because he saw the future and was like, this is bullshit.
This is bullshit.
I win again, lose Theron.
He sinks the Titanic.
He's trying to kill him back then. I'm curious about that too, Rapunzel. I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm interested to see how they do it too. But I was kind of hoping that we would get a Billy Zane cameo.
Right, maybe at least one.
Maybe in the Portal Stone scene.
But yeah, maybe the Portal Stone scene, or maybe now that we know that, like, you know, or the viewer is supposed to know now that that is Ishmael, or at least, you know, once we find out his name, maybe we'll get like, you know, a Billy Zane.
I don't think we're gonna get Portal Stones.
It's gonna blow us like.
I don't think so either. I don't think we're gonna get Portal Stones either.
It's gonna come back as we're full. Well, I know we're full spoiler for Last of Us. I don't know if we are for anything else.
Yeah, Wheel of Time, like the TV show. At least we won't spoil the book series for people that haven't read it, but or at least book 1 or 2. You know, like it's fine.
So in the same way Ishmael makes his smiling second debut, it'd be cool if that was Billy Zane.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
I agree, though. I don't think we're getting Portal Stones. They function too similarly to the ways and waygates and gateways and all that shit. And then like they're not really used much. They pretty much just use them as a like Robert Jordan in that first book or in the second book pretty much used it as a functional way to make a time jump happen.
Yes.
Without just making a time jump happen for no reason.
Well, and to introduce multiverse theory.
Yeah, the idea of the multiverse and all that stuff. Yeah, and not just the multiverse, multiple dimensions and timelines.
I can't wait for the animated series, Dragons of the Multiverse.
Oh God,
like Into the Spider-Verse, but into the Dragonverse.
Yeah. I could see it.
I'm telling you, we need a Clone Wars style Black Tower spin-off series.
If only Dave Filoni was as huge a fan of the Wheel of Time as he is for Star Wars.
We can get him. We can get him. I'd be like, yo, DF, what's up, homie?
Yeah, let me just send him a quick text message.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways they can inject that same I don't want to say emotionality, but like, you know, that same function that played without having him experience the multiple lives and stuff like that. But specifically Massima experiencing it is what made him be like the prophet. So
that's true.
Driving him crazy will be interesting.
Well, I think a lot of the subtle nods that like we appreciate from the books, like the one we get in the book version of Eye of the World, that doesn't come into play until Winter's Heart. Like as much as we want to see them, we may not just get them because as good as they are and as much as they pay off on paper, the amount of payoff versus the effort it would take to recreate it on the screen may not be justifiable within the budget. So I hate it just like everybody else, but I understand it. That's the thing. Like, understand it has to be different.
And she's already getting ready with the knife because she knows.
I love the visual in this scene, how they over exaggerate the green light coming up on his face.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. And he's, of course, look at him faced with the same situation. There's no way he's moving.
Look at his eyes. They're so black.
Yeah. Callback.
Damn, Pedro. Relax, buddy.
I mean, he's in full Vietnam flashback mode right now. I don't think
right.
Yeah. Chill out.
He's like, this guy killed my daughter.
This is PTSD.
Yeah.
Visual.
Her looking at her watching him was a little creepy too. She's like,
well, she's like half enjoying it and half
he's protecting
terrified. Her. Which fair.
Yeah.
It's like you mentioned, like, oh, his eyes look so dark. Like, it makes me think of like that 1,000-yard stare.
And now there's the panic.
It takes a lot, I would say, like for someone like them to especially, being in this world for 20 years. I wonder like what's going through their head, like, because they got to believe that she's not infected.
Yeah.
Like you see somebody that they failed the test on the technology, but which could be, a false positive or false negative or whatever. But she has the fucking scar. So like, but now they got to just trust her.
That's like I Am Legend when they do the iris scans.
Yeah.
It was the exact that reminded me that I was thinking about that scene.
No.
Scan her again. Oh, no.
The ending of this episode kills me. Yeah. So well done. So well done.
Oh man, no new music. You just whatever music is, that you could scrounge up on like an MP3 player or a fucking or a record or a CD
or in a
cassette.
Prepper's basement.
Yeah. This is an awesome
visual like here. Backwoods of Kentucky prepper group sending each other signals.
And that is the end of the episode.
But that ending though, like this was storytelling done so well because she's just being a nosy kid and you don't think anything of it. And then all of a sudden something from the 80s comes on. That means trouble. That they just left the city and they're probably not coming back.
Yeah.
Like leave taking?
Really weird. What happened?
Yeah. Well, so are you saying like it was like the 80s music came on and like that was a callback to the scene where they were talking about what's the 80s code for?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the first time you're watching this, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, what
just happened? Because it's not the underground people that he's been working with. Because if it was, why would he need to bribe that dude with cigarettes for the dude to tell him his brother's not responding anymore? Exactly. Why wouldn't he just reach out to his brother himself? Yeah. So it's something unrelated. It's like, ooh, what's going on?
True.
So well done.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited to rewatch this and like dive more into it because kind of when I watched it the first time, like I said, Aaron doesn't really like to watch horror theme stuff, especially zombie stuff. We were watching, and it's not like we watched Walking Dead in the beginning, and then like partway through, she's like, I can't watch this anymore. Like the zombie stuff was giving her like nightmares and shit.
Yeah.
And so I watched this by myself. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be nice to be able to watch it with somebody, but also like dissect it because her and I usually like dissect stuff as we watch them, and I didn't do that when I watched it the first time. So.
Well, and you'll have a lot of fun dissecting this because this is one of those that's just callback after callback after callback. It's got, and I know you're familiar with Doctor Who, so it's got a similar callback capability that Doctor Who does. Okay. And it's really, really well done. You can find all the Easter eggs. You can find all the story deviations and matchups. It's really great.
I'm excited. I'm getting the experience of watching this show with like a group of friends, as when we were doing the Wheel of Time rewatch, and the reason why we continued doing this was because several people commented, "Oh, we're so sad that you're not doing this anymore." I didn't get to watch the Wheel of Time or nerd shows with anybody because I didn't have anyone to watch it with. And that's why Ebony and I were like, all right, let's keep watching other shit. Like season 2 isn't coming out for a while, but now I'm getting to get that experience for the first time with this show. That's fun.
Yeah.
No, this is cool. I mean, I love seeing like every time it pops, it's like, oh, Dragon Mound is watching Mandalorian, or
it's like
fun.
It's like Mystery Science Theater. That's the way I picture it. Except we're not making fun of them directly. We did make fun of Rings of Power a lot. I will say that we made fun of the Rings of Power a lot.
Well, something else I still haven't watched.
Oh God, read the trivia for Rings of Power. Like how Amazon has like the extras. Or
yes.
Yeah, the trivia for Rings of Power is absolutely abysmal.
See, I'm that horrible brand of person that's like, there's so many shows I want to watch, and then when I have downtime and it's like, oh, what do you want to watch? I'll go and like rewatch an anime that I love. Like I'll go and rewatch like Overlord, and I'll like binge watch all 4 seasons and be like, 2 months later, be like, oh, I meant to watch.
When are you gonna get into that One Piece rewatch?
Never, because that is trash tier anime.
Oh shit!
Whoa!
My go-tos for rewatching stuff is Avatar: The Last Airbender and The West Wing.
Ooh.
Oh, have you seen some of the casting they're doing for the live action Avatar movie?
It looks good.
Looks good. It looks really good.
Lynn! Hi, Lynn. I haven't seen Lynn in years. Lynn is a member over on Tarvalon.net, and we used to hang out. We used to see each other a lot more when we lived up in New York, because we used to meet up with some like friends up in Connecticut. And I have obviously it's been like 10 years since I've been up there.
But Rapunzel, I am currently listening to The Eye of the World by Rosamund on the audio book, and it is fantastic.
My camera
Rosamund Pike does such an amazing job.
Yeah.
I did listen to a little bit of the prologue that she read, and it was fantastic.
I'm starting my reread.
One Piece's like art style is the same as Bleach's plot. It's bad.
I think is it coming back?
Oh
no! I'm switching to my shitty USB camera.
I will say this,
there it is.
Andrew. If you were to watch the most recent episode of One Piece, the animation is so much better.
I mean, so like, okay, let me like, I guess clarify. Like, the work that the animators do for One Piece is incredible. It is astounding. To be more accurate, I hate the character design of One Piece. I hate the art style and the character design of One Piece.
But I'm saying it changes.
I haven't watched a new anime.
You get rid of all like these ludicrously designed characters that are like Autobots caught in the middle of like a fusion with a child.
Is that accurate? I haven't watched One Piece. Is that what Noman Garden asked? Is that accurate?
I would say yes. But a One Piece fan may say no.
I didn't
they have
watch
like all kinds of like different like gimmicky like things about them.
I would actually ask for clarification on that, because I feel like the animation style is pretty consistent.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I also hate that like the artist said they're going to keep making One Piece until Rapunzel. They die. Like, I think a good show knows when to stop. Like,
that's exciting.
Like
now I'm going to buy it.
Stopped.
Dude, it's
that's
good,
true.
Tom.
That's true. That's very
You'll
true.
love it.
I loved Dragon Ball Z as a kid, but I also watched it like way before it was on American television. There was the place I used to buy my Pokemon cards at.
The
guy that owned the shop was called Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. It was a baseball card shop that did other shit too. He loved anime, but like he would get it, like he had this little shelf thing. This is before Blockbuster, rent, anything like that. And it was just filled with VHS tapes of Dragon Ball Z and like Akira and different animes, different movies from Japan that he would get. Like he had somebody in Japan that would record it off Japanese television and then send it to him. And you could go there and rent it like it was a movie store. Like, you left like, I think it was a couple of bucks, and you would take like a VHS tape, bring it home, watch it, and then bring it back. So that was how I watched Dragon Ball Z originally. It was like with the Japanese commercials and everything, which was hilarious.
Oh yeah. I mean, Dragon Ball Z was great, and I feel like they should have ended with the Buu saga, let it end there. I don't count GT.
Cell was okay. Cell was okay.
Yeah, no. Well, Buu saga was after Cell.
Oh, right. Boo's after Cell. Okay.
But like how they did Resurrection or Battle of the Gods, introduced like Super Saiyan God and all that.
Oh yeah, when I saw I saw the I saw the previews for those. I was like, never mind.
I think they could have done like I liked them as movies. Like if they had done Tournament of Power as movies and they just went movies after then, I think they would have been fine. But and I say the same thing about Naruto. Anybody that's like listened to me talk about anime before, Naruto is like my standard for anime. And
I loved Naruto, but I think definitely went on for too long too. Like they have way too much filler in Naruto.
Okay,
yeah, I think if you cut out all the filler and then you end at the end of Naruto Shippuden, I think you're good. I hate that they did Boruto. I hate it.
That's his son or something? I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
That's his son and a whole storyline like of them dealing with the Otsutsuki, which is like the end all be all villain at the end of Shippuden, minus the last battle. But my thing is like good anime knows when to stop. Like end on a good high note if you want to continue after. I think movies. They could have done like Boruto-esque movies, I think, if they had to. But, yeah.
Sorry, Rapunzel. So you when you said Rosamund Pike sings the songs in the books, that's awesome. It reminded me of my favorite audiobook reader for The Hobbit. His name is Robert Inglis. He actually knew J.R. Tolkien, like in life, like he was friends with him or he was a colleague of his. Nice. He is the best reader of The Hobbit. There's a lot of audiobook readers for The Hobbit from like over the years. The way he sings all the songs, like he sings all of the songs in the book. They're so good. So if you like that kind of stuff, you should check out Robert Inglis with an Inglis, I think. Fantastic. I gotta buy the Rosamund Pike audiobook. I haven't bought it yet. Now I want to buy it though. Now that I know she sings.
Y'all all know her as Rosamund Pike, which definitely isn't wrong. But I will always hold her in my heart as Miranda Frost from 007 Die Another Day.
Oh, okay.
With Pierce Brosnan and Halle Berry.
See,
yes.
For me, I can't remember her name. For me, she's the scientist in Doom. she played the scientist in Doom with Carl Urban, and The Rock, which was a bad movie. It was one of those movies it's like a good bad movie though. Like a B horror movie that's funny.
Like Evil Dead.
Yeah. Oh man, we used to watch so many of those. Speaking of renting movies from Blockbuster, oh my god!
Because they got a movie Zombievers.
Zombievers, I saw that.
Yeah.
Do you know what's even better than renting movies from Blockbuster?
Never giving them back.
At a video store called Showtime Videos.
Oh man!
Oh, dude, I know what that is. No, what were the big ones? Because the big one, you had Blockbuster, and then you had Hollywood Video.
Hollywood Video. Those were the only two like national chains that I remember.
We got knocked out of business by a Hollywood Video.
I never worked at. We used to laminate pieces of paper that said Blockbuster on them before, like they had like RFID chips or whatever in the Blockbuster cards, because they used to just print a piece of paper and laminate it at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
So my friends and I used to just make our own little Blockbuster cards. And
do you know what we used to do
back in the day? Whenever GameStop made like actually decent trades,
right?
Not like
before GameStop. No, I'm talking about before GameStop. I'm talking about Funko Land. That was before GameStop.
When I was at Showtime Video, we told people that if they gave us their Hollywood or Blockbuster membership card, we would give them a free rental.
Oh God!
So we had like a whole wall of Blockbuster and Hollywood video cards,
trophies, like
hunting trophies. That was exactly it.
That's funny.
I can't say this empirically, but I claim it, and I state very much that we were in business that last year solely because of that particular tactic. And it was my idea, so that's why I'm claiming that.
There was a local body shop that would take people's licenses when they wanted to pay off like their cars when they had work done, and if they didn't pay off the cars, they hung the license up on a wall of shame. That's what that reminded me of.
Nice.
Yeah. And then right when you walked in, there was a thing that said "Wall of Shame" and people's driver's licenses hanging up on it. That was when I was a kid, though. I'm sure you probably couldn't get away with that now.
No.
Now you can take that. That's a violation of privacy there with their license numbers and shit on it.
Yeah,
you know,
2020s are a totally different world.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, you're doing your first reread of Wheel of Time? This Arosa was a first-time Wheel of Time reader in the beginning.
Hell yeah.
Nothing says like be terrified of the internet once you realize that if you pay taxes in the U.S., whatever you're paying taxes on is absolutely 100% public record. So.
Oh yeah. Who gives a shit? I mean, like I don't got nothing to hide, so I don't care. But
I remember in the 90s and the early 2000s, the rule was if you don't want anyone else to know it, you don't put it on the internet. Period. End of story. And nowadays, unless you live in a log cabin in the mountains with no electricity and no Wi-Fi, you're in a database somewhere.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
I don't know. I just maintain the kind of like old bolsterous saying of my front door is not locked for my protection.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, like it's just,
we can fisticuffs, we can dance off in the entryway. Whoever wins gets my TV. I'm not gonna choose a dance off. We got to rock paper scissors for what the contest is because I will lose.
Rochambeau. Okay.
I did play soccer, so I stand a chance at winning Rochambeau. Just so you know.
Okay. You played soccer? I wouldn't have pegged you for.
Yeah, I played league soccer for like 7 years growing up, and then I was on the varsity soccer team for my high school, which was also the only soccer team for the high school. And then we lost all but 2 games every year. So
nice. Okay. What position did you play?
I would do anything from mid back to sweeper.
I've heard that about you.
That's the problem. The coach didn't recognize you as an S tier striker.
Oh no, fuck that. Fuck that. I didn't want to do that. I gotta run the whole field. Fuck that shit. Let me stay in the back half.
The extent of my football knowledge is from Ted Lasso. That's all I got.
I loved slide tackling was my thing. I don't know how many ankles I sprained on other people. As long as you touch the ball first, anything went. And there were many times I barely touched the ball.
See, Jennifer, this is a young boy thing.
Asking the important questions.
It doesn't until you hit puberty.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
It's we're idiots is what it is. Yeah. We're dumb. We do stupid things to each other.
You know how you're taught don't do this thing because it hurts immensely. Never do that. Protect that area.
Yeah. And then
as young boys, we say
I was about to say
test.
Boys from about 11 on, because you never grow out of it. Oh, yeah. You don't want to do it as much because you don't want to be on the receiving end of the negative consequence.
And the recovery time is longer the older you get.
Oh
yeah.
They also hang a bit lower the older
there's
you get.
There's also a delay. There's also a longer delay. It's like, did someone kick me? Did it hit me in the thigh? Oh, there it is. There it is.
Well, typically you find that out because you sit down too fast and you sit on one. Or it gets caught between your thighs and you're just I guess that's gonna hurt.
You're younger than me, and I'm not there yet, which is fine.
Wow.
It's
hot down here, I guess.
Funny enough, Arosa, I have my same Amazon account that I've had since Amazon was made, and my first 3 purchases on Amazon were Wheel of Time books. So I can I don't know why how much money you paid Amazon for the books made me think of that, but that's what it was. If you look, that was because Amazon used to just do books back in the day.
That's true. That's how they got their start.
When I shortly after starting the podcast, I had to rebuy the entire set because I borrowed them from a family friend. The full paperback set, buying it as the sets of 3 was about $150, and I bought it in late 2018, early 2019.
Yep.
So lucky reading the series after it was already fully released.
Oh, that's not when I read it.
Okay.
Because borrowing it from a friend, I read all the way up until the Brandon Sanderson books. I was caught up, and then there were no more books.
Yeah.
And then
Knife of Dreams was the last.
Yeah. And then sitting out on a U.S. Air Force flight line where I should be watching aircraft, I magically discovered the last 3 books were out, bought them on Kindle or Google Books or whatever, and read them when I should have been doing my job. But
yeah, Snowman Garden. I always check when I go to any kind of thrift store or restore, anything like that. I always check for Wheel of Time books. That's how I have a bunch of paperback books, and those are the ones I lend out to people. I give people Eye of the World books all the time, and those are ones I picked up from
That's how I lost all of mine. I loaned out the 3 I had, and the girlfriend, being infinitely lovely and attentive as she is, and more than I wish I was, I wish I was half as attentive as her. There we go.
There you go. You got it out.
She got me a hardcover copy, so
that one's
of
not
Eye of the World.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But that's what I do. Like anytime we go by like a Barnes and Noble Books a Million, I always go through and look and see if I can find like the first editions of paperback or hardcover.
Speaking of, I think I have it still over here.
That's how I found the first edition print of the Great Hunt hardback that I have.
Yeah, this was a first edition, first printing of Fires of Heaven when they still had the different inlay on the front. Like that's the inside cover. It's a completely different map and everything. Like it's pretty cool.
I'm jealous.
And $2 at a local thrift store. It wasn't even like a big store or anything. It was like one of those ones that's like when especially you find it a lot in Florida because old people come here and then they die. But it's like those stores. It's like some old person died and they throw all their crap in like a thrift store.
If I didn't have one of those like signed first edition hardcover covers or hardcover editions of Fires of Heaven, I would be way more jealous than I am. I'm still jealous because Fires of Heaven is my favorite book.
Is it? Okay. I like Shadow Rising. Shadow Rising is probably my favorite.
It's all because of the Far Snows, man. Come on.
God, it's so hard to pick a favorite.
Yeah, I mean most of the books blend together
hard in the Far Snows.
You want an igloo? Is that what it is?
Hey,
that's my goal in life.
I am gonna. I usually will sit and bullshit all night, but today, Josh serenaded us earlier. It is Erin's birthday, and I'm gonna go hang out with her for a little while. We spent most of the day together doing stuff. She played a little video games this morning, and then we went out to lunch and dinner. And we've been doing a lot of fun stuff around the house, but I gotta go hang out. We gotta watch some movies and stuff tonight. So that's my goal.
Go show her a fantastic night, sir.
I will, and I will. Ebony sends her love to you guys. She misses you guys. She misses everybody in chat too. Her for those who weren't here in the beginning, Ebony, her son graduated from he's going to Ohio State. He's going into Ohio State. I think he was in college though.
He's going to be a Buckeye.
Yeah, he's going to be a Buckeye. So he graduated today, and they're driving back from wherever he graduated from for whatever school he was in. So that's why she is not with us tonight. And shameless plug before I let you guys plug your stuff. Next week, Brett from the Wheel Weaves will be on with us watching episode 2 of Last of Us. So make sure you come check us out then. Same fun time, same fun place, 9 p.m. Monday. Is there anything you guys want to shamelessly plug before we head out?
Come to blacktowerpod.com. It's got all our socials on there, as well as the photo album from JordanCon 2023.
It's in the chat right now. If you
will need to go there to see that, and then you will need to come to WatCon. Or if you can't come to WatCon, you can check for the WatCon 2023 photo album. And then in October, there will be the Gathering Madness.
Ooh, right. Where are you guys doing that this year?
This year, it is in Utah. And
Ogden, Utah.
Well, not Ogden.
Adjacent.
I'm Ogden adjacent. I'm
trying to give you an idea of like the relative area of Utah.
Okay,
it's not like it's a whole last state.
That's outside of Salt Lake City, though, right?
Yes,
yeah, it's north of Salt Lake City.
If you look up Evermore Park, this is where I'm trying.
Oh yeah, the Evermore.
That's the place that's like LARPing, right? Like everyone.
Dude, it's dope. It is dope.
It is
from what I've seen
It's
online.
the coolest place in the world, and I am trying to get a party room for the Gathering Madness for that.
Okay. So when do you guys have dates and stuff for that?
Not yet.
I can. We probably
do.
Can.
We?
I mean,
it's October.
It is October.
So the Gathering Madness is our annual celebration, or our anniversary of Black Tower Podcast.
Yeah.
Our first episode was released October 18th of 2018. So we generally try to do the weekend closest to October 18th. That's a Wednesday this year. So
October 18th is my sister's birthday.
Oh, that's a great day. So we'll either be looking at the weekend of the 14th to 15th or the weekend of the 21st and 22nd.
Okay.
It will be announced on blacktowerpod.com as well as our Discord, which all the links are there. And I know if you have pictures from this year's Jordan Con that you want to send to us to put up on the website, we are more than happy to do so. Just hit us, aka Josh, because he does the website stuff, up on the Discord, and we can definitely make that happen.
Aaron took a shit ton of pictures. I'll send you the ones that we have from that too.
Sweet.
For those of you that are like, okay, cool, this is where you are, but we don't know what you do. The Black Tower Podcast is a full spoiler Wheel of Time podcast. We talk Wheel of Time eventually in the episode once we get done bullshitting. But we pick topics and we talk like the entire span of Wheel of Time. So there's that. If you're just like, should I or should I not listen?
You should. Their third in their trio is not here tonight, Dan, but he is also a great time, and the three of them together are hilarious. I can attest to that. So,
thank you, sir.
If you aren't already a fan,
thank you very much.
Yes. And I guess that's all I got for y'all. I love y'all. Yes. Oh, I don't have any shots. Oh, I finished. My drink is broken. I finished my drink.
No.
I actually, funny enough, my only shot glass I have sitting on my desk is also a Wheel Weaves shot glass. That's
I don't have all my stuff behind me. I used to have like
you need our Two Rivers sniper shot glass.
Ooh, I do.
And a taste
I
of
pick that up. Is it? Can I get that on your merch shop?
You can. When there's two merch shops there.
Jen.
Click the one that says New Creations by Jen.
Okay.
Or
yeah, Jen, absolutely.
Yeah. Or just tell me where I need to send them. And
no, I gotta say, you support your friends. I don't want any free shit.
Oh, I won't be buying it with the Black Tower Podcast account. I'm buying it with my account, and some of that purchase goes back to us. So
I support my friends. I always
like an expense. It's like a weird savings account.
Dragon Mount is a Patreon, so technically you are.
And we actually are going to be getting our merch shop up soon too. Kitty Rallo, who is one of my co-hosts, is taking over running our merch shop. So right now, I'm pretty sure all we have is like t-shirts and like hats and maybe a sweatshirt with the Dragon Mat logo on it. But soon we're going to have a bunch more stuff on our merch shop as well.
To help you decide, there's the Two Rivers.
There it is.
Oh, I want it. I'm gonna get it. Like for sure.
And
I have a
huge shot.
Then
Aaron and I
have the
taint. Is it the taint?
Taste.
Nice.
Taste the taint.
Nice.
Yeah.
Aaron and I had our own independent shot glass collection when we got together, so we have a shot glass collection.
I'm packing now and came across the 3 boxes. I mean, little boxes, but boxes that were shot glasses that I had.
The first one is also available on a T-shirt. So if you don't necessarily want a shot glass, you can get it on a shirt.
No, I gotta have a shot glass from all the content creators that do shot glasses. I want to get one from everyone.
Have like a little shot glass display behind on your.
Oh yeah, the frosty mugs too.
It just has the Black Tower Podcast logo. But
true.
Yeah.
If you see something that you're like, oh, I'd love this on something else, just by all means, let us know. We'll see what we.
Oh yeah, because like those websites that you print those things on, you can get them on anything.
Yeah, New Creations by Jen. All we got to do is ask Jen if they can do it, and then the other spreadshirt. And
yeah.
Awesome. All right. I love y'all, and I love y'all.
Love you too.
Thank you for hanging out with us,
sir.
I will see you guys. Yeah.
I think I have a condition.
Andrew, you should have a cardiologist look at that.
Can you do that a little slower for me? I'm gonna clip that. Yeah, that's
there. It is. There it is.
That later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's getting clipped. I love you guys. I will see y'all next week. And be on the lookout for Kitty and Ebony, and go check out dragonmount.com for all that stuff. I'm bad at it. I'm bad at promoting our stuff. Usually Ebony does all that for me. So, go like, subscribe, share, do all that jazz.
Yeah, everybody, make sure you thumbs up this video because Tom is amazing. Thumbs up for Tom. Thumbs up for Dragon Mount. Staple in the community for decades now. Thank you so much for having us.
25.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're old as fuck.
Quarter of a century. Look at that.
Here we go. To Dragon Mount. And
Still got a little
to
bit.
all the good work that they do, we at the Black Tower salute you as Ashaman.
Tito, thanks you.
That's right.
All right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Peace.